unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, drew Clemson for the SEC ACC Challenge. I wanted to see what your kind of thoughts on that were. I know a lot of fans thought that we were going to get the return trip from Carolina, maybe pull worst case scenario, pull like an NC State for Will Wade or pull a Louisville. I don't think Clemson was the team people were expecting. What are your kind of general thoughts on that one?
I was definitely with you on the disappointment. I wanted to see Big Brand, North Carolina, or Duke, but you see, where Alabama is stacked in the pecking order of the SEC. Obviously, you go to back-to-back Elite Eight, it's a Final Four and an Elite Eight. You're doing really, really well. But with Florida winning the national championship and all the work that Kentucky did in the transfer portal, they get the two biggest brands in the ACC. Next, I would have rather had Miami with the Jalil Bethea connection there. I think that would have been a lot of fun for really him and for the fans to kind of latch onto. Last year's Clemson matchup, it was one of the worst times I've had in Coleman Coliseum. Not only for the play on the court and the result, but really it was one of the, no disrespect, worst attended games of the year. And so I'm hopeful that it is a better attended game, and I'm sure that ESPN has the last year's Elite Eight matchup that in mind when they scheduled that. I was definitely disappointed, but I think that if you spin it into a chance for the fans to get a redo, what was that? That was the Jay Williams tennis match game, right? That the fans can get a redo on that and maybe get a quality win under their belt.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I was at that game. The attendance was not good. It was actually on my girlfriend's birthday. And she had told me oh no, I've got stuff going on. So I ended up going to usually she comes with me to all the games, and she had something else going on. So I ended up going to it by myself. And you're right. The attendance was not good. There maybe was 9,500 people. It was, 2/3 full. Maybe it was, yeah, you're right. It was the Jay Williams tennis match game. It was Ian Shefflin bullying Jaron Stevenson from the jump. It was just a brutal game. Obviously, I'm very glad that Shefflin is now out of basketball eligibility because he will not be coming back into Coleman. Obviously, we got our payback making the Final Four, but that's one that definitely I was a little confused by that. I was a little also confused that Duke got the double home game. They got the home game last year at Cameron Indoor against Auburn, or this past year, and then they get Auburn in Cameron Indoor again. I was a little confused by that one. Most recently it's felt like we've switched back and forth. So I'm not exactly sure how ESPN, the SEC, ACC really went about scheduling that one. I was